Today, I'm going to be doing 5 kilometers of walking lunges. This is Regent's Park, and the whole outer circle is 5 kilometers, and I'm going to try and lunge it all. Yes, I'm attempting 5 kilometers of walking lunges in one go, which is around 6,000 reps. And I hadn't even trained for this apart from a few lunges on my leg days. So I don't know if it's even possible, but what I do know is that there'll be plenty of suffering. You're probably thinking, why the hell would you do something so stupid? Well, recently I've been feeling really down and very anxious. And I thought, you know what would really cheer me up? A really hard physical challenge. My friends would have said, you should have just booked a therapy session. And they were probably right. But I wanted to save myself 60 pounds. Don't worry, I'm not completely stupid. I did warm up and I used all the skills that I learned in my GCSE PE class. But after warming up, logic started to kick in and I started to doubt if this was even possible, and I was debating if this was a stupid idea. But then my cameraman gave me some words of motivation.
Just shut the fuck up and do something.
So I got to work and started lunging. And the first 5 minutes, things went smoothly. I was feeling better mentally and I was starting to get into a flow state. So the thing I love about these challenges is that you can't think while you're doing them. Because if you think, your mind's gonna mess you up and you get worried about how many reps you gotta do. So it kind of just teaches me to be present. So it really helps me with my anxiety. I just find there's nothing better than some good old fashioned hard work for a long time. It just makes me feel relaxed and calm. And after 20 minutes, my legs were burning and I was covered in sweat. But then after 30 minutes, reality kicked in of how hard this challenge actually was. My legs started shaking with every step and I wasn't even 1/4 of the way around the park. And I was getting awkward looks from passers-by, probably because I looked like I had escaped a local mental hospital. But I just ignored everything and I just kept lunging. And after an hour, my knees were starting to hurt and I wasn't even halfway. I'm 64 minutes in, burned 870 calories and I'm still going. It's getting hard. My knee's hurting a little bit, but I think it's just because my muscles are a bit tight. I'm just going to be careful every rep, make sure I don't damage anything. But I wasn't going to give up that easy. With every step, the pain kept increasing. But if I tried to take a small rest, it would get worse. If I stop, it actually hurts more. If I just keep moving, it doesn't hurt as much. But as soon as I stop, my legs start trembling. I'm just worried if I take a little rest, things are going to cool down and then seize up and I won't be able to finish it. So just trying to keep it moving. So I just had to keep moving, one step at a time. At this point, I was really starting to regret my life decisions. Whew. Shit. Why the fuck do I do this to myself? And then just like typical English weather, it started raining. But the rain was actually kind of nice because it distracted me from the pain in my legs. And I eventually made it to the halfway mark. It is 1 hour and 38 minutes in. I burned 1,300 calories. My left knee is absolutely fucked. Every time I go down, it hurts. I'm just gonna try and push through, take it one step at a time, and try and remind myself why I started, which I don't even know why. This challenge was getting way harder and way longer than I thought, but I was too stubborn to give up because I don't like not finishing the things that I start. And I didn't think it could, but 2 hours in, the pain got worse. The pain started getting so bad I could barely push myself up after each rep. I started to use my hands to push myself up after each rep, but this felt like cheating. So I tried to keep my hands together, put them behind my head or on my hips so I wouldn't cheat. But sometimes I just couldn't help it. And at 2 hours 50 minutes, I'd already burned 2,200 calories, which is the same as a Domino's pizza. At this point, I'd been lunging for over 3 hours and I still couldn't see the finish line in sight. I felt like giving up. My legs had gone numb, they weren't working properly, and I was pretty much cheating to pull myself up each rep. This is honestly one of the hardest things I've ever done. I feel my hamstrings ripping, my knees are hurting, and it's just taking so goddamn long. And to make things worse, I hadn't brought any water. I didn't expect it to take this long, so I didn't bring any water. There was no shops nearby, and now I was dehydrated as well. Bro, that puddle looks mighty tasty.
Oh shit.
So, oh my god, I could just drink that water right now.
Go on, get your face in there.
Then something weird happened. I ran out of sweat. This is the first time it's ever happened to me. I was super hot, but my skin was bone dry. This challenge was getting very dangerous and I thought it's probably time to call it a day. But then I saw the finish line and I thought I can struggle for a few more minutes. So I just kept hobbling for a few hundred more meters. Done. Fuck. One more. What do you mean one more? Done. Fuck. All right. My Apple Watch died, but I'm sure that was over 3 hours, probably like 3 hours, 10 minutes. sure it's over 2,500 calories. So, yeah, I can go eat a pizza. Hey, that was hard. So this challenge was ridiculously hard, stupid and dangerous, but I did feel mentally better afterwards. I left the park feeling proud that I hadn't given up even when things got tough. The challenge gives me something to focus on other than my problems. The exercise also elevates chemicals in my body, which make me feel good, and after completing the challenge, I feel proud, I feel like I've earned my own self-respect. If you're feeling down, please don't underestimate how beneficial physical exercise can be for you, especially some kind of hard challenge. Obviously, you don't need to do something as stupid as 5 kilometers of walking lunges, but maybe you could walk 15,000 steps in a day. Or even better, maybe you could do 10,000 steps a day for a month. But if you do have a spare £60, it's probably best to do therapy as well. If you have any fun fitness challenges, crazy diets, or myths that you want me to experiment with, drop them below in the comments and I'll choose one of the craziest ones for my next video. Thanks for watching.